Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Cricket Castaway. I'm Nishant, joined by Divyansh for yet another review of a really exciting IPL week. This was the week 5 of the IPL, and we saw pretty crazy stuff in this week. Batting like never before, bowlers being taken to the gardens as if they're bowling their kindergarten players, basically bowling to graduates or something like that. So this has been a crazy week in the IPL. How are you, Divyansh? What has the week been like for you, and how are you enjoying the IPL?
Yeah, like you said, yeah, it was really a week of hammering for the bowlers, and the this has come to the extent, like if we look at the number of matches, 5 matches happened from Monday to Friday, and out of those five, 4 times 200 was crossed in these matches, and out of those four, in 2 matches, both the teams crossed uh, 200. In fact, in 3 matches, three out of four, uh, both the teams crossed 200. So it's like the batsmen are toying with the bowlers as they like, and it has become just purely a game of batsmen. And this
Yeah.
has reignited the debate, like, are we giving too much freeway to the batsmen, and is it not an even game of bat versus ball right now? It's
Yeah.
getting bat versus bat as we are progressing in the IPL.
Frankly speaking, the last week, basically, the first match from Mumbai and Rajasthan to the match that happened yesterday, which was, KKR versus Punjab. Uh, I think it's gone a bit too far. It's farcical, basically, to think that in this year's IPL, a team has scored 287, the same team has scored 277, and a 260 plus has been scored. And then in the 287 and the 277 games, both the teams who were on the other end came pretty close. And then in the last game yesterday, that 260 fortress was broken down, and it was broken down with 2 overs to spare, basically. uh,
Yes.
I think it's become a bit farcical. Before we get into the matches itself, what do you think? Is this the way forward for cricket, or like where is this going?
Yeah, I think it's pure joy for the people coming in the stadiums and people that are glued to their television sets. But at some point, it gets sort of predictable, and it's not an pleasant sight get to see that all bowlers of both the sides are getting hammered like anything. And although small grounds are there since 2008, when the T20 cricket came into inception, but it's on another level right now. And I think the major impact that has been created is through that impact player rule, and teams are practically playing with 12 players right now. So a bowler in the second innings, and when the team is batting, they play with a pure batsman. So that's giving an extra license and freedom to the team, to the batting team, to go all out, because they have 8 batsmen till number 8. They have batsmen, so, and batsmen of high caliber, not like a bowling all-rounder, or a, you can say, limited capacity batsman. So people like Ashutosh Sharma are coming way lower down the order and smashing 50s in 18-20 balls every other match. So this has become very one-sided, and even yesterday I was scrolling through X, and uh, Harsha Bhogle posted a poll on what kind of scores you want to see most getting
80%
scored
of
in.
them said
So
180.
80% of that them says that it should be between 180 to 200. That's the best game to watch out for, because it has an slightly more even contest amongst bat and ball. So that's what my opinion is like. The competition between bat and ball should be uh, more on the balance side, not one-sided. Batting is going right now. That's not a pleasant sight to watch.
I guess so. We discussed this I impact sub rule before the first week
Yes.
when we did the preview for IPL, and we both actually were of the same opinion that what impact sub rule basically has done is taken all rounders out of the game. So
Yes.
because at every point of time, a team has five bowlers, five genuine bowlers at their disposal, and if after that as well they want to have one or two overs from someone else, they can probably do that. But that's the extent of it. What we were thinking was that maybe it's just the all-rounders that this impact sub rule is affecting. But now what we have seen in the first 5 weeks of IPL this year is that impact sub rule has basically liberated the batsmen and the teams so much that they are willing to go right from the get go, from the first ball. They don't really care because they know that there's so much batting left to come, that even if they lose quick fire 2-3 wickets in the first 6 or 7 overs, they still know they have enough power to get to 180, which is not a respectable score in this year's IPL. But
Yes.
it's still a huge total if you look at it. And specifically yesterday when I was watching this game, KKR versus Punjab, I felt more and more like I was watching a baseball game. So, like it was just a pitcher coming in and throwing the ball, and the hitter just hitting it every ball out of the park. Every ball was a home run, and like there was just nothing. So the ball wasn't moving. The pitches, the way they are made this year, I think. I think Lucknow right now is the only wicket in IPL where at least you have some kind of solace for a spinner. But then too in Lucknow, targets like 180 and 190 are scored regularly. So matches where in the previous years you would see 150 scored and being defended are completely out of the picture. That's just not gonna happen. And bowlers are basically, we are in a stage that apart from let's say a Jasprit Bumrah or a Sunil Narayan, all the bowlers are being taken to the tongs, and they morally I think depressed right now. That is the situation. They have given up on the fact that they can actually be a part of this game and contribute, because it's all just batting from two sides. I was just thinking yesterday what happens in a situation like this when, let's say, an Abhishek Sharma can bowl, right?
Right.
Aiden Markram can swing his arm. Uh,
Yes.
so
Yes.
so so a Cameroon Green can swing his arm. So people like that who can just do part-time bowling. So this,
Yes.
from yesterday what I saw was, even if you had a part-time bowler bowling in those situations with one genuine bowler, a part timer would also go for, let's say, an economy of 15 runs in four
Yes.
overs of his. Like he won't go for more than that. So what's stopping a team from, you know, going 11 batters out of which five can just swing their arm? And the skill of bowling has just gone out of this tournament right now. It's just crazy what we are seeing here.
Yeah, it has become so in proportionate in terms of bat versus ball. So like Rohit Sharma also recently criticized this, like this is also not good for the Indian national side, because Washington Sundar is not getting to bat and Shivam Dubey is not getting to bowl. So they are due to this impact sub rule, they are going with they just replace Shivam Dubey with a pure bowler, someone like a Pathirana or someone else, and they get a pure bowler in this when they are bowling from CSK. So this is also hampering the development of all rounders, genuine all rounders in the Indian side as well, which will not prove to be helpful in the upcoming T20 World Cup as well. And yeah, and also it's tilting the game heavily in the favor of batters. So there was also talk on if we should uh, if we should use this instead of uh,
Duke
right
ball.
now. Yeah, we should use the Duke ball instead of Kookaburra balls. So that might keep bowlers in the game much more than they are right now. So these are some of the conversations that have already started happening. So I think if we have to keep this game at a sane level uh, from the next IPL, I think there should be some revision in the rules, because this is getting out of hand, and bowlers
Yeah.
are like they're just there. Like it's as good as it. Like you can, if this keeps on going, you can just keep a bowling machine at the other end, and batsmen
Yeah.
can come swing their arm, because there is no like the skill, the talent, and the experience of a bowler has been gradually being replaced from the game, or it is getting stripped out of the game, and they have a very insignificant role to play right now. Their only
Yeah.
job is getting is just to uh,
Getting humiliated basically.
yeah.
It's that's their job right now. So I distinctly remember when before T20s and everything, when there was a 434 and a 438 game between Australia and South Africa. So Australia scored 434 in an ODI match, and we thought that, oh my god, like what a score that is. And then South Africa in the second innings chased that down. After that, it has never happened again.
Yes.
So that game is still special and fresh in the memories. But what we are seeing right now in this season's IPL specifically is consistently 250 are scored, and it's almost like nonsensical. And now they've also been able to chase 260 down. So I think by the end of the tournament we'll see another one or two games like these where a certain 250 or a 260 will be chased down, and then that loses the allure of it becoming a good match. Because even in yesterday's match I wasn't glued to my screen watching all that hitting. I have never seen batting like that. Even during the match I texted you that the match I'd never seen batting like this. But it wasn't like I was waiting for each ball. It was kind of by the end of 14th or 15th over, it was expected that every ball is just gonna go. So there was no charm of the match left, and I felt like it would have been better if it was a low scoring game. I think I would have preferred
Yeah.
that more. And just talking about this in general, IPL is already a 2 month long tournament, right? We are
Right.
hearing news that in future a lot more teams are gonna be added, and probably it will become a 3 month tournament. Every kid growing up in this era is gonna want to play the IPL. That's the bread and butter. So ODI is losing its viewership drastically. Nobody
Correct.
actually watches Test cricket anymore, apart from the purists. So it's all IPL. And if IPL becomes this lopsided and this batting dominated, then you'll lose pure bowlers like Bumrah, or
Correct.
because even Narayan in this season hasn't been a pure bowler. He's been a classic all rounder, but not a pure bowler. Pure bowler is who is doing well is only Bumrah at this point of time. Pathirana maybe in a few matches, but not
Yeah,
more than that.
correct.
So going forward, you'll basically have exactly what I said. Teams like where you have 11 batters and five of them can swing their arm, which is which when you look about in the broader perspective of tests and things like that, you'll not get enough bowlers to bowl in test matches for 5 days. Which is I don't think that's right, and that's not fair to the bowlers themselves. I think they should be protected. I think obviously there have been suggestions to increase the size of boundaries, but I don't think that's practical because you're not going to revamp the whole stadiums. They're already really small in India. But
Correct,
they need
correct,
to do something. Either they need to balance the pitches. Don't make these strips like a four lane highway or something like that. Balance the pitches or probably change the bowls. I don't know what, but yeah, but one thing for sure is that I'm not liking this impact sub rule as much as I thought I would.
yeah. The easiest one to implement is this, like just remove the impact sub rule. uh, Teams have to choose their have to fix their 11 playing 11, that these are the players we are going to go with. This that increases the thrill of the match, that like before even the toss happened, you are doing all the permutations and combinations, and you are accounting for all the contingencies within that same playing 11. Like if the pitch spins, I have two spinners in my side. If this is a more seaming conditions, then I have three pace bowlers, out of which one or two can also play some handy knocks of 15-20 runs if required. So that is the kind of match that I am more interested in, rather than having everything at my disposal and uh, just it's just a matter of picking which one I'm going to use today. So that removes the thrill out of the match. It's like having an umpire on the field, and his only task is to just give the signal of DRS to the third umpire, and then he's taking all the decisions uh, on behalf of the umpire standing on the ground. He's just acting as a proxy. So that's not how we fell in love with cricket since the beginning. So this is like completely changing the
Yeah.
uh, way cricket was played, and the way people fell in love with cricket. So yeah, it's taking all the joy
Another
out of it.
another interesting thing that Simon Dool actually mentioned, he said that when the dew comes in, the game becomes actually very lopsided, and
Yeah,
it's not like you have less money or something, or you have less balls or something. If the ball is getting wet, just replace the ball. Give
yeah,
bowlers something. They're not able to grip the ball. The ball is already, when it's hitting the pitch, it's skidding onto the batsman, so your slower deliveries are not gripping on the surface, and then you have a wet ball. So just replace the ball every time it gets a little bit wet. Just replace the ball. Also, what I was basically thinking watching the last game is, over from over 1 to 20, it's just power play,
yeah.
right?
Every over is a power play. Yeah.
Over 1 to 20 is just a power play. So why do you need to have 6 overs of power play then?
Yes. You
I
are
mean,
not
just
able to differentiate between which is the actual match and which is the highlight. So
yeah.
even
So
that difference
basically,
has.
just do away with the power play rule. Let the teams have 4 or 5 fielders outside the circle right from the get go, and they do away with the power play rules because the stadiums aren't big enough anyways for these power hitters. So the
Right.
balls are going 15, 16 rows back. So even a miss hit is going for a six. At least do
Yeah,
away with the
definitely.
power play rule just to give some protection to the bowlers, man. Like, I know this has turned into a rant in the first 15 minutes, but I just didn't think that I'll dislike hitting this much as it happened this week. But yeah, I
Yeah.
think before we move on to the Mumbai Punjab match, do you have any other closing comments that you would want to get out?
No, it's the same sentiments as you said that hitting is good till it comes in till we are exposed to it in limited controlled amounts. If we are going to see the same fours and sixes in every third ball in every over, then it becomes too much, and in it nullifies the exclusivity factor. Like you said that 438 chase by South Africa, it was like a moment of joy, because it happened like sort of once in a decade kind of thing. So that stays memorable. But if we are just looking at the stats every next match, and the uh, chases are setting record every third match. Like yesterday 262 was chased. Maybe in the month of May someone will chase 280 as well, because Punjab had 10 more bowls to spare when they won. So it makes 280 also a chaseable target. So then there is no fun in that. We are just say like looking at a hitting video. It looks like a compilation of greatest sixes from the IPL 15 or something. So any edition of IPL. So this is not how we want to watch our cricket. So that's the only thing I have to say. So like now we can maybe move on to the first match of the week, Rajasthan versus Mumbai.
Yeah,
What
I think
about it? Yeah.
I think an interesting game overall. We'll start with Mumbai because first of all they batted first. I think they put down a respectable score, which this season's IPL has showed that 200 is not respectable at all. But I think they did put down a respectable score, but. This team, we both had them as our favorites to qualify for the top four at least, if not go ahead to win the whole thing. They've just not clicked this season. Uh, there's something strange going on, and the pressure keeps on piling on Hardik Pandya.
Oh, yes, yes, definitely. So, in fact, apart from Pandya, also like consistency, which is the key to success for every IPL team. That the Mumbai team is not able to crack that secret sauce in this edition. Usually, we see Mumbai fumble every IPL edition. Initial 3 to 4 matches they fumble, but then they get on track. But that's not what's happening in this season. Uh, we got a semblance of consistency in the last 2 3 matches, where Rohit and Ishan were giving consistent starts to the Mumbai team, but even that did not happen in this match. And Trent Bolt again trapped Rohit Sharma in the power play itself, and that's where the downfall started. Also, uh, staying on the consistency part, the comeback of Surya is also has also not given us that assurity as Mumbai fans, that we were expecting that Surya would come, and there would be a semblance of consistency. Like number three would is his place, and he would be able to control the middle order and the middle section of the innings from that position. So he has played some brilliant knocks, but he is not able to convert the all the chances that he has got. And this brings the inexperienced although talented middle order of Mumbai uh, into picture way too early than expected. And yeah, Tilak Verma, Nehal Vadera, they did a fantabulous job, but it's someone from the top three, and then at the bottom, out of Hardik Pandya or Tim David, one of them has to click in order to give them the push at the end, so that they get to a total that they feel confident defending. So that's the
Yeah.
issue here.
I think the shining light for Mumbai this season has been Tilak Verma. He's a
Yes.
class act. There's so much potential in this kid, and he also performed really well last season. But this season, just the sheer consistency of his performances has been much needed for Mumbai. They expected it to come from probably others as well. Like you rightly said, so Surya is blow hot and blow cold. Ishan Kishan has had uh, I would say a positive season, not a scintillating season, but a positive season. Rohit Sharma again a positive season, not a scintillating season. But yeah, Surya I think needs to deliver a lot more. Hardik I think needs to deliver a lot more. Nihal Vadera, it's his first season. He hasn't also played all the games that Mumbai's played. So whenever he has come in, he's done well enough. Tim David, his role is to face 12 to 15 balls, which he does really well. Uh, but what I think Mumbai is basically lacking is they have 4 overs of sheer brilliance in the form of Jasprit Bumrah, who we talk about time and time again. He's just I think the most valuable cricketer on the planet right now, just because the way he bowls, the consistency that he has, he is simply the best. But apart from that, in the bowling department, they've seriously lacked a genuine spinner. Till
Yes.
last year, they were using Piyush Chawla, but the other spinner they're using right now, not that great. A spinning spinner is what they need, and also somebody who can support Bumrah with the ball, because that's the area where they're lacking, and why they are not able to defend the totals that they're setting up.
Yeah, definitely. Right now, they are trying to make do with Nabi and Tilak Verma to for the spinning option apart from Piyush Chawla. So that's okay when you are very when you are in a very comfortable position, which is which has lost its meaning in this IPL. To be frank, like 250
Yeah,
plus are getting chased right now, but still if the opposition is at the back foot, then you can do away with those 4 overs by Nabi and Tilak Verma. But if you have to uh, break the partnership, if you have to stem the flow of runs, then you should have a wicket taking bowler like Yuzvendra Chahal is for Rajasthan Royals, or Ravi Bishnoi is for Lucknow. So
yeah,
these are the kind of play spinners that you need to
yeah.
make a real impact.
Because
So
in the
that's what
middle
missing.
order, the game just goes away from their hands. So it's kind of, I'll not say almost this exactly the same, but 90% the RCB template of this year. So
Yes.
even RCB, they don't have anybody to control the middle overs, and that's why they find themselves in the position that they are. And I think the same goes with Mumbai. They just can't contain the flow of runs from apart from Bumrah's 4 over basically. So
Right.
remove the 4 overs, the next 16 are just a dam that's probably been broken by the flow of boundaries. But yeah, on the other hand, Rajasthan, we did talk about them as one of the teams that are gonna outshine this season. But boy, they've exceeded expectations. They are almost already qualified. I mean, theoretically, they might need one win more, but I think they're already qualified, and everything that needs to come into play for them has come into play. So now Yashasvi, who was a missing link in the batting, has come and got a century himself. And in the bowling, they've had their maverick Sandeep come back and bowl like he's never been out of the IPL. And what do you think about Rajasthan? They look really good, man.
Yeah, definitely. Like it's like uh, I can draw some parallels to the season when Gujarat Titan won their debut IPL trophy. So it's like same. So for every match, a different player put their hand up and say, I'll give all my 100% tonight, and I will win this game for my team. So we are seeing every other match a different player is raising their hand and taking the team to the
Yeah,
destination. And that's what a winning team looks like, and that's what makes them the one of the most powerful teams, and the most probable contenders of the title. Because some days, some matches it's Rian Parag, some matches it's Joss Butler, some, and yesterday, like on Monday, we saw it was Yashasvi. Sometimes it's from the bowlers as well. It can be Yuzi, it can be Sandeep Sharma, it can be
yeah,
Nandre Burger. So they have a lot of players in their side
yeah,
that are capable and
yeah,
executing that single-handedly taking their team to the win. So that's
yeah,
what is clicking for Rajasthan. And in fact, Sanju is also leading from the front, and one of the top scorers in this IPL. So from everywhere, they are getting the confidence that yes, nothing is lost, and anybody can win us the game in any situation. So that's what
yeah.
is working for Rajasthan very well, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, I think in a season where the ball simply isn't swinging, Trent Bolt is consistently swinging, maybe just for 1 or 2 overs, but he's swinging the ball and he's consistently taking wickets up top, which makes a huge difference for them. They have, and just shows how good a bowler Trent Bolt is. As you mentioned, Sandeep Sharma has come in and took 5 wickets, bowled really well. But it's not just Sandeep Sharma. So UZ Chahal has been an omnipresent and an IPL legend when he retires. So yeah, he has been really, really good. But from the other end, even Ashwin, even if he's not taking wickets, he's not going for ugly runs. So he's
Yes.
controlling the flow of runs in those middle overs, which we generally talk about. And their combination together has been really, really well, performing really well. Uh, they were missing an opening partnership, which I think Butler and Jaiswal would some at some point of time click together again. So Butler has been scoring runs. He's single-handedly won them a game against Kolkata, and now Jaiswal has won them a game single-handedly against Mumbai. So they're individually giving what the team requires them to do, and Sanju Samson has been just an omnipresent number three, quintessential number three who comes in, bashes the bowlers, performs in every game. There would be 1 or 2 where he might not score, but just a well-headed, all-rounded captain who's just taken on the responsibility and doesn't let the scorecard affect him. Doesn't place the ball on its merit, and most of the time consistently scores. So and then the coming of age of Rian Parag. So this team has really, really come on well this tournament, and I think yeah, I think they're looking really solid. I don't think you can take any faults in them.
Yeah, definitely. And the one thing that Rajasthan wanted to see was an opening partnership from Joss and Jaiswal. So that also happened in this match, and they put up 74 runs on just 48 balls
Yeah,
as an opening partnership. So half of the match was already done there itself, because they were chasing 180, and If you get a start like that, so it becomes really easy for a powerful batting lineup like Rajasthan to chase that total down, and it does not take a lot of effort once you get a start like that. So yeah,
Yeah,
that's really
yeah.
good
So
from a Rajasthan fan point of view.
yeah, I think really good side shaping up, and probably they're gonna go really far in this tournament. But yeah, moving on to Chennai versus Lucknow, the reverse fixture from the last week, and for me, probably the game of the week. Uh, this game had absolutely everything. I really there were a few fielding mistakes here and there, but I really feel that Chennai did very well in getting to the total they did. Shivam Dubey is simply sensational in the middle overs. He is very powerful. It's again just like we talked about Riyan Parag in the last comment. This is a coming of age season for Shivam Dubey, and he's been extremely consistent and consistently hitting the ball out of the park. He's been sensational this season, and Rituraj Gaikwad now has a lot of runs under his belt. So everything going right for CSK, and then you have a Lucknow team who didn't get the start that they probably needed. They lost both KL Rahul and Quinton de Kock at the top, but one of the innings of ages, I would say, from Marcos Coina, which took them over the line. I really enjoyed this game. What do you think?
Definitely, yeah, and I was rooting for Chennai from the start, and this game was sort of a heartbreak because after doing so much and everything right, still Chennai couldn't make it to the finish line.
Yeah.
So disappointing in that matter. But yeah, loved the innings that Marcus Stoinis played, and he is another brilliant all-rounder from the Australian side, apart from Maxwell
Yeah.
and Cameron Green. So on their day, they can win you matches on their own, like with both
Yeah.
bat and ball. They don't need anyone else from the side giving significant contributions. So that's I count it as an unfortunate day for Chennai that that brilliance came to the shore on in Chepauk that day.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a very good sign for Lucknow. Although I am still skeptical this was a one-off performance, and this is not a uh, you can
They
say
play home and away
comeback in
now.
the yeah.
Yeah, I think they've beaten Chennai home and away now, and
Yes. That's a
Chennai is the gold standard. So once can be a fluke, but I don't think twice. I think this team is also really shaping up well.
Yeah, that's quite a double to score against Chennai. But specifically, I don't think Marcus Stoinis is going to play another knock of similar status in this IPL itself. So it was just his day, and he came good for their team. And yeah, Lucknow is now at a very good position in the points table also. So yeah, good for Lucknow, but really sad for Shivam Dubey and Rituraj Gaikwad as a captain.
Yeah,
So the century couldn't take the team home, but yeah, a lot of positives from batting perspective of CSK, and they played really well. So maybe not this match, but next three matches are also in Chepauk, so they might be able to come back in the top four if they win all those matches.
yeah. I think Chennai. It will be still a shocker for me if Chennai don't make to the top four, because they're just like a really good all-rounded side that has been built. Uh, so yeah, to take I don't think the only nitpicking that we can do in this game was probably because Lucknow also misfielded a lot in this game, but probably Chennai did just a bit more. Deepak Chahar misfielding those two boundaries in the final few overs. Over, I think it was 14th or 16th. uh, Deepak Chahar made those misfieldings, but probably I'd be nitpicking because these are ultimately humans and not robots, and things like these can happen when you're playing consistently every 2 or 3 days. It's, I guess, just one of those days where you misfielded a few balls, but it was just for me a neck to neck contest between two very good sides where both the teams played really well. And if you probably do the same match in a simulator 100 times, probably the score would be 51-49 or something like that. It was that close. So yeah, I really
Yeah.
love this game. But what do you, since you're a Chennai fan yourself, what do you think about Rituraj Gaikwad's captaincy and how he is emerging as a leader? Because we talked about this in the pre-IPL show that we did, and we said that there are few players like Ravindra Jadeja who succumb under the captaincy pressure of such a giant of a club of the IPL. Because Chennai, like frankly speaking, it's huge. Mumbai,
Right.
Chennai, and RCB, they three are the biggest fan bases that we have in IPL. So Chennai is a huge pressure environment for a captain. But Rituraj Gaikwad has really performed well with his batting and led from the front. I'm really impressed by.
Definitely, he is taking very well to the captaincy, and it's not weighing down on his batting prowess as well. And he's like the guidance he's getting from Dhoni is like really good, and he has faith in the team. He has confidence in the team, and also getting the backing from Dhoni is working wonders for him. And in the start of the tournament, it was the batting was not clicking for Rituraj, but gradually as he settled down in the role of the captain, and the team was doing well, so he has started to come into his own in the batting department as well. The only concern right now I see is the opening combination for Chennai, because Rachin and Rituraj this combination was working very well in the first few matches, but since Rachin Ravindra is not able to capitalize like he was able to in the beginning of the tournament. There is a slight concern there, because the news has come, and Devon Conway has been ruled out of the IPL. So no substitute is coming from the New Zealand. The tried and tested option of Devon Conway would not be there for this year. And if Rachin Ravindra does not fire, then Ajinkya Rahane has to take that mantle of giving a good start to the team, and that may or may not work, because uh, Rahane was taking very well to the number three or number four option, and he was settled in that role. Now, to make that transition in the middle of the tournament might prove a bit tricky for CSK. So that's the only concern I see.
Yeah, I think Rahane is a experienced campaigner. And also like one of those Dhoni guys. Just have a mindset like a Dhoni. So like we also saw that in the Gaba Ka command. He just doesn't buckle down under pressure. He is
Yes.
really steady headed, calm headed. Uh, so and that the role that he needs to play is probably just what let's say Ridhiman Saha plays for Gujarat Titans, right? So if he
Right.
can consistently get 25 of 10 balls and just get Chennai through to the seventh over from power play with a 65-70 on a board, I think Rahane is, I think, is not a problem. yeah, unless and until you're getting obscene totals in the other end, like SRH did against Delhi, where they were 125 in the first 6 overs itself. I think 70 in the first 6 overs is still a really, really good total. And if Rahane can manage to get the team to that point, he's, I think, done his job. And expecting anything else from his is probably not realistic enough. I think Rahane is sorted, and he'll do well throughout the tournament. But yeah, uh, their main right now weapon is a two-pronged weapon, that is Rituraj Gaikwad and Shivam Dubey, who are just super consistent and super fun to watch. And then their bowling attack, which consists of a guy called Pathirana, who just comes to bowl in the first. He doesn't even bowl in the first 8 or 9 overs. He just comes to bowl in the 10th over, and then is kind of a death over specialist and does his job pretty well. So I think
Yes.
very. I'm not that bothered about Chennai, to be honest. I think they're gonna make it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, hoping to see
Yeah,
a winning performance tomorrow when they lock horns. I think with KKR or someone else. I'll
yeah.
just
I'll just check. So
with
they they're gonna play Delhi.
with Hyderabad. With
Yeah.
Hyderabad. So the thing that
Yeah,
we were just talking about, so
yeah,
their bowlers have to be
yeah,
ready for the fury from Travis
yeah,
Head and Abhishek Sharma. So that would be a tricky match
yeah.
again.
Yeah. So before we move on to the next match, I just because we've talked a lot about CSK in this game, and I know it's a team close to your heart, but the team that won was Lucknow, and I think one of the best innings in a chase that I've seen in a long time from Marcus Stoinis. He
Yes.
came to bat in the second or the third over, and it just looked in extreme control throughout the innings. So there was Johnny Bairstow yesterday who scored a crazy 100 in a crazy match, which was again 100 in a chase, which has something special about it. But Stoinis, um, the way he batted and never buckled under the pressure, and took the responsibility to take the team home. And I think you rightly pointed out that he won't probably play innings like this again in this season's IPL. But if uh, 4 or 5 of your star players can deliver two match winning performance for you over the course of the season, I think they've paid what they were bought for. And
Yeah.
Stoinis has already had a 68 odd run inning, which made Lucknow win that game. Probably it was against Gujarat, and now he's come and done that against CSK, which is probably the highest pressure environment you can be in Chennai itself, where everywhere there is just yellow and nothing else. I just a sheer brilliance of the guy, and yeah, I think he has had a good season and delivered on what he was brought for. And now obviously he does need to take this team home. First hurdle is to qualify for the top four, but they have already done that consistently in the first few seasons that they have been a part of the IPL. So if they qualify for this year's top four as well, they'll do it 3 years in a row. But
Yeah,
their
definitely.
challenge is to get further ahead. So probably look to come in the final this year, and then let's see what happens.
Yeah, definitely. So uh, Stoinis has done his job fairly decently in this season, and maybe just to get a bit more greedy, might be if they get a good pitch supporting bowlers. If he can give a spell of 3 or 4 wickets uh, for 30-35 runs in some match, then he's more than delivered what he was brought for. And now it's time for the Indian players and especially KL Rahul to buckle up and give those match winning performances as they move towards the business end of the tournament, and in the especially in the qualifiers, eliminators, and probably to the final. So now it has to be led from the front, and the middle order has come good for
Yeah.
them in the middle part of the season.
I think I have faith in both of these teams. I mean, Rajasthan are already qualified. Uh, there are three slots left uh, for the playoffs, and I think it's a battle between four teams for those three slots. So it's CSK, it's KKR, it's Lucknow, and it's SRH. So I think one of them is gonna miss out, but I think these four teams for these three slots are looking really good. So yeah, I think Lucknow is on the right track. They performed
Yeah,
really well.
yeah, but
So moving
uh,
on, yeah,
yeah, just on the closing note, it would be interesting because their next three matches are against Rajasthan, Mumbai, and KKR. So KKR and Rajasthan are the top two teams. So
yeah,
it would be interesting to see how Lucknow matches up to
yeah,
them. And Mumbai would be gunning for a place in the fourth, top four, top four in the table. So they all would be out there to win the match, and Lucknow has
yeah,
to cross these before they reach the quarterfinals or qualifiers or eliminator. So yeah, it would be an interesting
yeah,
week to see. Yeah,
yeah. So yeah, moving on to Delhi versus Gujarat in the tiny stadium of Firoz Shah Kotla in my city. And I've been to that stadium a lot of times, and yeah, seriously, man, like it's so small. After the 30-yard boundary, it looks like the players are sitting right in front of you. That's probably how small this ground is. But again, a really interesting match went down to the wire. At a point of time, it looked like Gujarat were gonna get it done, but in the final few overs, Delhi pulled them back. Mm, Delhi themselves got to a really respectable score of 224. And Rishabh Pant again in one game he looks like seriously out of form. Like what is this guy doing here? And then in the next match he just performs like yesterday was an anomaly and gets an 80 or 40 odd balls. Uh, brilliant, brilliant match. What do you think about Delhi versus Gujarat?
definitely, it was a really close game and really good match to watch. And seeing Rishabh Pant perform like he was not absent for the last 1.5 years was a really good feeling. And also seeing Akshar Patel coming on number four and uh, hitting a knock of 66 on 43 balls was a really good sight to watch. And it shows that Delhi is not afraid to do experiments and changes in their batting order, and they just want to maximize the batting returns at this moment because they know that their bowling is not clicking that much like they expected, because obviously Enric Norke is not in the form of his life. So he's getting consistently giving overs of more than 12 runs per over or 13 runs per over. So they're trying to make it up from the batting side, and that worked very well in this match. Although due to their bowling, they nearly lost this one as well. But yeah, a great match to watch. These kind of close contests make you like keep you interested in the tournament. And yes, looking forward to how they battle their way out to
I
the
think
top four.
I think this was a really crucial game for both these sides because they both find themselves in the midfield of the table, and they had Gujarat had to beat Delhi if they wanted to be seriously considered for the top four, and Delhi the same. They simply needed to beat Gujarat. There was no other way out of it. Delhi did so. Delhi did beat Gujarat. Now Delhi has won three out of their last four games, if I'm not wrong, and they look like a side in form, who are probably one of the outsiders to make it to the top four. But yeah, I coming to Delhi, I really love this new kid on the block, man, Fraser McGurk. Just
Yes.
just the way he stands tall on the wicket. I mean, like, doesn't really care what the bowler is bowling. He's just gonna donk it out of the park. And a few days it comes off, few days it doesn't. Like against SRH, it almost came off. And when he was going on guns blazing, it looked like Delhi might actually take down SRH's target, which ultimately didn't happen. But yeah, this kid looks really good, and he has probably given confidence to Prithvi Shaw on the other side as well to just take one or two balls. But because when Prithvi was opening with David Warner, it was Prithvi's responsibility to give them a flying start while David Warner takes a few deliveries to settle. And now that Prithvi finds himself in the role of the other guy who can take a few balls to settle while Fraser grows berserk, I think it's helping Prithvi as well. And it's really bringing the team that morale boost that is required at this stage. What do you think of this young kid?
Yeah, definitely. He takes the pressure off from Prithvi Shaw to get going from the first ball itself, and that would be a huge relief to Prithvi Shaw because he has been in this role of power hitting in the power plays, especially just to get going from the first ball. And right now he's at the other end watching Jake hitting boundaries in the power play, and that must make him feel a bit relaxed that there is no as such pressure of uh, start hitting from the get go, and just you can take some time, you can see how the pitch is behaving, how the batsman at the opposite end is uh, treating the bowlers, and just a bit more of a cushion to get used to the condition before getting into the groove. So yeah, that would be really good for Prithvi as well as for Delhi, because they are getting some consistency at the start, and followed by Rishabh Pant and Tristan Stubbs. So yeah, although there was a change in the batting order today, but yes, this gives them enough firepower starting from the opening stand to the number three, number four of playing at a good pace, and keep posting these totals, which can give their side a chance to defend the totals, and stay in the hunt for top four. So yeah, really good
Because
find for
mind
DC.
you, mind you, next season is going to be the mega auction, and that means that this season becomes really, really crucial for Prithvi Shaw because he his off the field reputation hasn't been that great in the past few years. He was the celebrated young talent of Indian cricket, probably who got too much too soon, I would say.
Yes, yes,
But now, if he finds himself in an auction pool, I don't think if he has an inconsistent season this season as well, there will be many teams taking a punt on him just because he hasn't consistently performed for last 2 3 years now, and the off the field issues mean that he needs to deliver this year, or he'll find himself in a really tricky situation.
definitely. And even if he's picked up, he would be the reserve option for any team, so that if their main openers are not available due to any reason, then he might get a chance to play. So that can become the case for Prithvi Shaw, because the inconsistency is the only consistent part of his
Yeah.
play from last 3 years. So yeah,
Because you already have three spots fixed, right? So Rishabh
right.
Pant is gonna be retained, Akshar Patel is gonna be retained, and Kuldeep Yadav is gonna be
Is
retained.
gonna be retained. Yes.
So there are three places already taken up. So and the fourth place at the start of the tournament, it was looking like Tristan Stubbs has sealed that spot and he's gonna be retained now. But this new kid has come in and made a claim that no, you can retain me as well. So and Prithvi Shaw is right now in nowhere in the conversation. It's either Stubbs
Yeah.
or Jake Fraser McGurk. So I think Prithvi Shaw needs to buckle up and take responsibility and score some runs. But yeah, DC won this game. Gujarat lost, and the same thing that we keep on talking again. Is this simply a Shubman Gill team with not enough weapons?
Yeah, feels like so, because Sai Sudarshan performs in bits and pieces, but that consistency is lacking here, or it might be just the case of confidence, because Sai Sudarshan again did well in this match as well. But in fact, David Miller also came to the support, but ultimately they fell short because Shubman Gill didn't fire, and
Yeah.
not much help in the middle and the lower order down as well. So
So see,
it was
the season that they won the IPL. Look at the players that were performing at their peak. So it
right,
was
right.
Shubman Gill that was performing at his peak, absolute peak. It was David Miller who was performing at his absolute peak. So you covered in the batting department, you will get cameos here and there from other players, but
Yeah,
these two were consistently giving. Then there was Hardik Pandya who was performing like his bloody best with the bat and with the ball. So you
and
had
then
that
there was
third
Shami
player.
as well in the bowling.
Then there was Mohammad Shami, and Rashid was playing like Rashid does. So you
Yeah,
had five players who were consistently performing, and one of those five players was Hardik Pandya, who on his day was the best batter and on his day was the best bowler. So it was
yes,
probably six player out of 11 with an impact sub rule who were performing really well to the highest of their caliber, and that meant that this team went on to win the IPL. Now this
definitely.
season, you don't have Shami, you don't have Hardik, and in Hardik
Mhm.
you're losing two players. So that's three
Correct.
players out of those five already gone. Shubman Gill sometimes is performing, but not at his absolute best. So he isn't in the top five run scorers this season right now, right?
Right,
And
right.
then David Miller has only just come and performed for the first time this season.
Correct, correct.
So I think from a five-pronged attack, they have probably become a half-pronged attack because Rashid again is not having the
Not
best of
at
the
its
seasons. He
best.
will,
Yeah,
yeah, season like he would sometimes score a quick fire 15 or 20 runs and probably sometimes take a wicket, but he's also being taken for runs now. So like Rashid was never being taken for runs, but he is being figured out by the bowlers. So uh, doesn't look that great for Gujarat, I must say.
yeah. Like it looks like the captaincy is taking its toll on Shubman Gill. and Rashid Khan coming back from injury, he's not at his best. They are not getting uh, very much out of their bowlers, and also David Miller is also not in his form of life, and we are not getting to see the blinders from Rahul Tewatia with the frequency that we used to get in the first season. So there are a lot of factors that are not working in the favor of Gujarat, and that's what I think is making things difficult for Gujarat right now.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a challenging road ahead for Gujarat if they want to qualify for the top four. I'm giving an outside chance to Delhi. But for Gujarat to be considered as the outsiders to make it to the top four, I think they need to win their next two matches before they are given that title of outsiders who can probably stake a claim for the top four.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's about this game. Now moving forward to SRH versus E Sala Cup Nam De. Uh, from the quintessential title challengers to the party poopers. What do you make of this game?
Definitely, it's just that sort of a game where you are just uh, you can only take solace in the fact that you are ruining the tournament for the opposition team, because you don't have a practical outside chance yourself. So I think RCB have to be content being the party poopers from now on till the uh, last game of the tournament, because they don't have a chance to qualify now. They can just do the upsets and maybe unsettle the top four from now on. So yeah,
I
that's
think
that's
I
the
think
task they have.
in a strange kind of way, this makes them really dangerous because the Schadenfreude, as they say, that there is in seeking joy in others' misery. So that is what RCB are gonna do now from now till the end of the season, because obviously they have the batting, and obviously we know that they're not gonna win every match from now till the end of the season. Probably they'll just win one or two more. But so Divya, you're on mute.
Yeah.
But देखने वाली बात, as they say, will be कि who are those two unlucky teams who are gonna now drop those points against them, because I think the teams, can you please find out who are the teams that they are yet to play? But if there are a few teams like, let's say, a KKR or a Lucknow or a Chennai, because they've already done with SRH. So if they have a game against KKR, Lucknow, and Chennai, I think these are the three teams that will be dreading coming up against RCB, because they don't want to
So
get
there.
this party
Yeah.
spoiled by these guys.
So tomorrow they have a match against Gujarat. So it might be the match where Gujarat Titans' remaining hopes also get crushed. Uh, and looking forward in the tournament, oh, they have not yet played against Gujarat. So their next two matches are against Gujarat only,
Back to back.
back to back. Yeah.
Okay.
And after that, they have a match with Punjab,
Uh,
and they have a match with Delhi.
okay. So probably so that last match would be against Delhi. So if at that point of time Delhi do find themselves in a position where probably they're just a point of two outside of the top four, they'll dread playing that game. But I think they've already spoiled then a bit of a party for SRH, because
Yeah. And
SRH
their
was as
last
you
match
know.
is against CSK on 18th of May, right before
Oh,
the
so CSK.
qualifiers.
So CSK is again. So Delhi and CSK are the two teams
Yeah.
which will be dreading playing against RCB. So as I was saying that Sunrisers, because of the just just the way that these guys have batted this tournament, I've started calling them the Baba Yaga. You know, you've seen
John
you've
Wick,
seen
yes.
that, yeah, John Wick, right? So the reputation just precedes itself, and like everybody is just scared shit of them. That is what SRH was coming to the point of, like, people after winning the toss would just simply not put them to bat first, because who knows what they're gonna score right now. Probably they'll fucking reach 300, and then what are you gonna do? So it's better you bat first against them, even though there is due factor. That is what SRH had done to teams in this year's IPL. But then RCB comes strolling on their home ground and say, bro, we haven't won many games this year. We're not gonna do anything significant this year. But yeah, we're gonna come here and beat you. We come and beat you a lot, and just pull you down from the seventh sky to probably the
Yeah.
third sky also. So that's what they've done, and probably opened up the tournament.
Definitely, definitely. And in the home ground of SRH, they just came and they thought, even if we lose, we are not gonna take the beating from your batters. So we will bat first, and we will believe in our bowlers that if they can defend this total, good enough. Otherwise, we were anyway gonna lose from this side.
we,
So
we were
at least.
we were here to eat biryani, and coincidentally we had a game and we fucking won it. That's what it
Yeah.
was.
Definitely, quite a game. Just to, if you want to, if you take joy in ruining things for others, this is
Yeah,
the ideal game for those cricket fans. Like,
yeah.
you get to see Kohli perform, Rajat Patida perform, and also you get to see the downfall of the mighty batsmen of SRH. So yeah, some sort of humbling experience for SRH, and also a kind of wake up call for them not to rely too much on their destructive elements. Also to focus on their middle order and players like Makram and uh, I think Abdul Samad to take the mantle from the openers whenever there is a quick fall of wickets, to stabilize the middle order and at least uh, get the team on track back.
I think it's weird for me to say this because it's not what happens a lot, but I think we don't need to talk that much about RCB, because like we've talked so much about them, and the problems still continue, and one or two wins are not gonna change that. They need to have a completely new vision in the next year's mega auction and start thinking things differently. But SRH, I think Travis Head and Abhishek Sharma have been so good. Like they have been so good that it hasn't shown the light on probably Markram as much.
Yes.
I don't think he has had a really good season. And if it wasn't the kind of season SRH is having, probably I think the management would have started looking for Glenn Phillips instead of Aiden Markram at this point of time, because he hasn't performed in any game I can't remember in this season. What do you think about Aiden Markram?
Yeah, definitely. And they are similar sort of players. So Glenn Phillips also a good spin bowler, also a handy bowler, and we know how destructive he can be in with the bat. So I think it's time to make a switch and just try out how Glenn Phillips is feeling. Is he in a good form? So that if this goes on till the qualifiers, then they can rely on Glenn Phillips, because they are more or less similar from the
Yeah,
bowling perspective. But Glenn Phillips is in a better batting form. Looking at the last he played for New Zealand, last performances for New Zealand. So yeah, it would be good to give him a chance and try him out.
yeah, yeah. Because when it comes to the business end of the season, you can't have passengers in your team, and
Right.
right now Aiden Markram is looking like a passenger. Though their bowling attack, apart from Patty Cummins, I think everyone is looking like a passenger. But they probably are the only team in this year's tournament I can say who don't need that much of a bowling attack, because when Head and Abhishek Sharma are doing those things which are unheard of, I mean, you're scoring 270s, you're scoring 280s, you're scoring 260s. I think if these lot qualify for the top four, any team who is paired against them will be really scared of them. I don't think even Rajasthan would want to come up against this lot in a top four game.
Definitely,
There are really Travis Head and Travis Head took the World Cup away from India, so we already know the kind of threat this guy can be. But Abhishek Sharma has been simply a revelation this season. He has been so good. He is performing better than he's hitting the ball at a better strike rate than Travis Head, which is something to say. And I think if India don't take him with them for the T20 World Cup, it will be a shame, because this guy has been sensational.
yeah. And then we have Klassen coming up after these two. So the misery never stops for the other team.
Yeah, yeah. Seriously, I mean, this team, this team would need some stopping, because yeah, there can be an odd day where Head and Abhishek won't perform, and that odd day has come and gone in the face of RCB.
Yes,
So now
yes.
any other team that's coming up against them, uh, I think simply watch out, because these lot are coming, and these lot are in a really really fine form. So yeah, I think
Definitely.
there's not much to talk about in this game. Neither is much to talk about in the next one. So it's the game that we discussed in the first half of our podcast. It's
Yes, yes.
Punjab versus KKR, and uh, I I would just start off by saying one of the more ugly games that I've seen in my life. It's just that sort of a game, because there was just one way traffic from both ends. You can't like say that one team's bowling lineup didn't perform, because both teams' bowling lineup didn't perform,
Didn't perform.
and both teams' batting lineup overperformed. But starting with Kolkata, if anyone has watched the first few episodes, they'll know that I was really, really, really very critical of Sunil Narayan, and I was of the opinion that he should not be in the team for KKR anymore. And this Sunil Narayan opening experiment has failed, and I would hold my hands up. I would say sorry to everyone uh, for saying this, because man, oh man, I've been made to eat my words. this guy, this guy has been sensational this year.
Yeah, he has proven everyone wrong, and credit goes to Gautam Gambhir, because he was performing when Gautam Gambhir was leading the team. Now he is the coach, and he has given him the confidence, the question that you are my opener no matter what. So doesn't matter if you don't perform in a couple of matches or in a few matches. you are going to be the opener for this tournament. So I think that confidence has done wonders for Sunil Narayan, and it reflects in the bowling performance as well. Like he's being economical, consistent with the lines, regularly picking one or two wickets every other match. So it has been a complete all-round show from Sunil Narayan this time.
Yeah, I mean that opening partnership between Narayan and Salt. Salt is, as we said before the tournament started, he was the number one T20 batter, or the second T20, number two T20 batter at that time in the world. And it was a great buy for KKR, taking Phil Salt away from Delhi. And he's proven his worth in gold. I mean, he's delivered consistently from that opening spot, and uh, KKR have the best opening partnership in this year's IPL. When it comes to just sheer numbers, I mean, Hyderabad with Travis Head and Abhishek Sharma is the more destructive partnership. Uh, but just the consistency with which these two have performed big numbers. Narayan has gone on to hit a century in this year's IPL and then performed really well in the other matches as well, and so has Salt. I mean, these two guys are the right now backbone of the team, and which means that we haven't seen Rinku that much, we haven't seen Russell that much, we haven't seen others that much because they just do the talking up front.
Yeah, they are like the World Cup team of India in 2019. That the top three are doing the heavy lifting, and the rest
Yeah,
of them are just giving small contributions in terms
yeah.
of the batting. And
Hmm.
uh, it might work for them if it goes on till the finals, but it might backfire if there is a top order collapse like Hyderabad just had this week.
Yeah.
So it would be an interesting thing to watch out for.
Yeah, I mean, this game was a crazy game, and I was just looking at the bowling card of KKR, and like there are economies of 18, 18, 14, 15. Then in the middle, there is a 6 for Sunil Narayan, and then there is 15, 16, 15. So the best economy rate is 6, and after that the second best is 15 probably. I mean, that's just crazy
More
the
than
kind of
double.
yeah, that's just crazy the kind of game it had been. So KKR go on to score 260 odd runs. And what do you think Punjab are? What do you think Sam Curran is saying to his troops in the dressing room at halftime before Johnny Bairstow and Prab Simran walk out?
I think what Sam might have told them is that, guys, we have nothing to lose. So just go out all guns blazing and let's see if we can chase this. Even if we don't, at least it should not look like that we didn't try. So I think that's the only thing he might have told them, and
Yeah.
maybe some private banter with Johnny Bairstow, maybe something ignited in him
Right?
just
Yeah,
before
just
he went out
perform
to box.
for
Uh,
once, for God's sake, we need you. But
yeah,
this game is already gone. So even if you get us a quick fire 30, 60 of 30 balls, we're losing this game anyway. So like you have nothing to lose, just go out there and perform. But
yeah,
starting it
definitely.
from Simran, who scored 54 of 20 odd balls, gave gave Punjab a really good platform. And when he got out, you would say that, yeah, now the squeeze comes. So now
Yes,
there is
yes.
Narayan, there is Varun Chakrabarti, and they're gonna squeeze the life out of this team now. But they just keep on going, they keep on going. Johnny Bairstow plays the innings of his life. Riley Russo comes in and plays a quick fire cameo, a very good quick fire cameo, and then gets out, and then Shashank comes in and does Shashank things again, which he has been doing all season, and they make a mockery of 260 odd by chasing that down with 10 balls to spare. I mean,
Definitely.
what is this? Has
Shashank
cricket
Singh
just
is,
gone to another level?
yeah, he was playing some on some another planet, Shashank Singh. Like, if you see Johnny Bairstow in his 108, uh, went scored 9 sixes, and Shashank Singh's inning was just of 68 runs, and he scored 8 sixes in that 68. So you can see how cruel this innings was by Shashank Singh, like striking at a almost at 245, and uh, like scoring sixes at will. So that's where the game got changed. I think Johnny Bairstow might not have been uh, not matlab, he would not have to be say
That aggressive when
that
the other
aggressive when Shashank Singh came to the pitch. He just took a breather for some time, because what we see generally in these kind of innings is when someone is playing that long of an innings, at the end they sometimes struggle to bring the team home, as
it's
we
the
saw with
it's
Joss
the
Butler.
it's the
It
others around them who need to perform at that
who
moment.
need to perform, yeah. So he needed someone from the other side to strike at the same with the same fluency, so that Punjab can get home. And yeah, definitely Shashank Singh helped him a lot here, because he would not have been able to win this alone for Punjab, because it was that steep a target to chase alone.
So I was just thinking a long time ago in the galaxy far away, there was this match in Eden Gardens where a bloke called Rahul Dravid and a bloke called VVS Lakshman uh, chased down 500, and it took them 2 odd days to chase it down. So Lakshman had to score a 280, Rahul had to score a 180 or 200 himself, and it took them 2.5 days to score those 500 odd runs. These blokes could have done it in 36 overs. I mean, what the heck is going on? I mean, uh, it's just. Bowlers are just not existent in this game anymore.
Yeah, definitely. You look at the likes of Rabada, and these are top quality players. But like, if you look at the economy rates of these bowlers, nobody is being spared at this stage. Like Rabada going for 52 runs in 3 overs, 17, an economy rate of 17. He might not have think of that
He's
even in his
you
wildest of
you
dreams.
you're hitting Rabada. So Rabada has bowled 18 balls, right?
Right.
Out of those 18 balls, 9 balls have gone for sixes and 9 balls have been dot. That is what it actually is in a nutshell. I mean, how is that happening? Like an economy rate of 17 odd for Rabada, Harshal
Yeah.
Patel, anyone. It's not just Rabada. Like, you have a World Cup winner in Mitchell Stark there, twice a World Cup winner, who's the most expensive player in this season's IPL. And his stats again were the same, like 16 or 17 odd economy. It- just like these are great bowlers, not just good bowlers. They are the best bowlers of their time. So Rabada has been one of the best fast bowler of his generation, and so has been Mitchell Stark. So it's not that they don't have the skill or they don't have the variety or they're not good enough bowlers. It's just that it doesn't matter who they are.
Yeah, it's because the ball and the conditions are not supportive enough for the bowlers to be able to give their team the breakthroughs that are required. So I think, yeah, something has to change from the next season. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I think we haven't got much to say. I'm really happy for Johnny Bairstow that he has come into form. I think far too late for him. He should have delivered for his side when his side came to India in November for a grilling test series, and
Yes.
he was just nowhere in the picture. Didn't perform in any game. Then he comes to Punjab, who has high hopes with him because he is their star player after all, and just doesn't perform. And then when all hope is lost for Punjab, he just comes on and gives an innings of a lifetime and chases down the highest T20 score ever chased. So I guess you can say kudos to him for that one day, but overall not good enough from Johnny Bairstow, even though he chased down the biggest score T20 has ever seen being chased.
Yeah, and at least, but still happy for him, and at
Yeah.
least he has been able to provide some payback of the money invested by Punjab in him. But if you look at Sam Curran, he's he's still not able to deliver even one performance that can be titled as a match-winning performance. And being the captain, he has more responsibilities in his on his shoulder, and yeah, he has not been able to capitalize the abilities that he have.
Yeah, yeah. I think, I think Kolkata stayed pretty strong in the table. I think they're still finding themselves in the second spot even after losing this game. So, I mean, I think they are 10 points from 8 games, something like that right now. So, like, it's gonna be a challenge for them to qualify for the top four, but like they are on track. They'll get a walloping from Gambhir after the match in the dressing room because Gambhir would gonna go gung ho on their bowlers. How could they just not defend 262? It's beyond me. But who am I to say anything in a game that belongs only to the batters, and bowlers are probably there just for the selfies? That yeah, would I hope that the next week of IPL gives us better contest between bat and ball, and it's not just bat versus batman.
Yeah, definitely. I think KKR mostly would shrug it off as a one-off bad day from the bowling perspective, and they will move forward with the same energy that they have been doing in the tournament. And yes, looking at the next week, I think now is the time when the pitches slow down, like we have been talking about it, and even the commentators have been talking about it, that the wickets would be tired, and due to the
They're
extreme
not
heat,
tiring,
they, they,
man.
they will slow down and the spinners would come to the fore, but that has not been happening. Even the spinners are being taken for the cleaners, if we see this week's performances. So yeah, really eager to see the wickets tire down, because
Yeah.
it's been a massacre of the bowling
I
till
mean,
now
I mean
in the.
that's that's the best word you could have used, and I think that really sums it up. I think that would be the title of our podcast now. That it was a massacre week for the bowlers or something like that, because that's
Yeah.
exactly what it was. And yeah, the Punjab versus Kolkata game summed it up. I think we've crossed an hour and a half talking about week 5 of the IPL. It was a hoot with some really good games, as we talked about, with Chennai and Lucknow and Delhi and Gujarat, but
Yes.
also some crazy stuff which we hope gets rectified soon. So any last words on it?
Yeah, just want things to get better for the bowlers, and yeah, hoping for a more competitive week 6 of the IPL coming ahead.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah. Okay. So guys, this was the Cricket Castaway with Nishant and Divyansh. Please, if you see us around, like, share, and subscribe. Watch our content. We want to share this IPL with you. And yeah, just comment anything that you want to change or anything that you didn't like or liked or something like that. It would be great hearing from you. So, uh, yeah, bye for now.
thank you, bye, keep watching.